Okay, welcome back to the Next Gen Collective podcast, where we spotlight the entrepreneurs, change makers, and leaders turning powerful stories into meaningful impact. Today's episode is about resilience, purpose, and building a brand rooted in hope. It's about taking life's hardest moments and transforming them into something that uplifts others. This conversation is truly special. Big thank you to our sponsors, Neighbor Media. They're a content creating and sharing machine helping businesses, charities, and community leaders consistently communicate with the people they want to reach. Visit www.neighbormedia.ca to learn more. Our guest today is Riley Allen, the inspiration behind Riley Socks Apparel. At just 18 months old, Riley was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer and endured a year of chemotherapy, a 12-hour surgery that reconstructed her right leg, and another year in a leg brace. What could have been defined by hardship instead became the foundation for something powerful. Riley Socks was created from her journey, a brand rooted in hope, comfort, and encouragement. Her story also inspired a children's book written by her mother. Today, the brand continues to give back. Riley carries that mission forward, striving to pay it forward with the collections she releases. Riley Socks isn't just apparel, it's a message, a mission, and a movement built on strength. Riley, welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, do you want to start by giving a little background on yourself?
Sure. Well, you kind of summed up like a good amount of it. So I'm Riley. I'm 23, and I was diagnosed with cancer at a very, very young age. Went through all surgeries and stuff, so essentially I'm left with a reconstructed leg from the knee down. And then in 2009, my mom wrote a children's book called Riley Socks and published it. She called it her therapy, and then I used it as an outlet to kind of tell kids in schools and stuff. Every year I would give a little presentation with my book and like pictures just to kind of like help tell kids what had happened to my leg. Because also like I call it the big scary C word. Like I didn't want to, as myself as a very young kid telling other kids, what had happened. So I used that as an outlet. And then fast forward to 2020/2021, I turned it into Riley Socks Apparel, where I need to do something with it. So I made inspirational clothing. And that's why we're here today.
Yeah. And we were both representing your apparel, these cute hoodies. I love the color so much. So your story began with a life-altering diagnosis at such a young age. As you've grown older, how has understanding your journey shaped who you are today?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, like in school, honestly, I grew up with this big like scar on my leg. Like that's kind of all I've ever known. I've never seen my leg not have it. So it's just something that's always been a part of me. And so to me, it was normal, but to other people, it's not. Mm-hmm. So honestly, like half my life, I kind of would forget that I even had this on my leg until, kids or other people would ask me what had happened. And I'm like, oh, I have to like answer this. Like I have to let you know what happened. Or I'll like catch people staring or whatever it may be. So that kind of like started my journey, is understanding how to navigate, how to tell people what had happened to my leg. Truly, until I would say like this past year and last year, I kind of got into the groove of like saying the same thing to people, because every single time I would say something different depending on like the person or like depending on how I felt. Like sometimes I'd like dive right into it, or sometimes I'd be like, nothing, don't worry, or I'd like just be like, I had cancer and just like leave it at that. As
period.
Yeah, like as crazy as that might sound to people. Or I would even go the route of I got bit by a shark and then just like let them imagine that. But that's kind of like how it's shaped my journey, is just understanding how to first communicate with people and talk to them about hard things. I would just, it's kind of just growing up with like a physical difference has shaped me in the way where I've had to think about extra hard about how to explain things to people, and it's just kind of shaped the way, I would say.
People suck.
Yeah.
Okay, when did the idea for Riley Socks shift from a personal story to a purpose-driven brand?
So all really started in 2009 when my mom wrote the children's book Riley Socks. So I owe it all to my mom for really starting this brand. I don't think I would have started it without having that book as an outlet to then move on to Riley Socks Apparel. So that kind of Riley Socks, the book itself, went from that's like a personal story that I shared with others. And then fast forward when I wanted to do Riley Socks Apparel and make Riley Socks book into something more is when I kind of turned it into a purpose-driven brand where I was like, I'm going to make inspirational clothing or pieces or whatever it may be, and I want to give back in some way, shape, or form, whether that's the person reading the hoodie, the person wearing the hoodie, or if I'm giving a percentage of something towards like a foundation or an organization or whatever it may be.
What was the process like making clothing? Like, I don't even know where I would begin with that.
Yeah, so that was honestly, it all started, everything I've learned is truly from searching stuff online, YouTube, and TikTok. Like, seriously though, like social media, honestly, YouTube was my biggest best friend, and still is.
Yeah.
But shout out. Sponsor me. I'm just kidding. What was the question? oh, how to make clothing. Sorry. I'm so sorry. No, so making clothing, obviously I start with like an idea of what I want to do. One of my biggest problems right now is I have so many ideas of so many different things I want to do. Like I want to do bikinis in the summer. I want to do hoodies. That's in the works. Like sweatpants, kids clothing, men's clothing, women's clothing, unisex clothing. So it's kind of just navigating what the niche of whatever collection I'm doing is. And then going from there, I sketch up lots of designs on like Canva or like I'll literally draw them out. And then I go and find a manufacturer. And then we talk, and then we do designs, and then I get samples, get them shipped here, and then kind of just go from there and just adjust things, and then order a bulk, and then take photos, and then post them.
It's such a process.
Oh, it's a hefty process, yes.
Yeah. So what does the message "you are stronger" mean to you personally, and the significance of elephants in your pieces?
Yeah. So on your hoodie, on both of our hoodies right now, actually, there is like a stitched. It says, "I'm tough, I'm strong, I'll get better and live long." So that's kind of like the first saying that I put on a Riley Socks hoodie. Because my mom used to say that in the hospital to me, and she actually made stickers and used to give them out like at sick kids. And so I had that, and then I kind of thought to myself, what's a simpler way of saying that? And it was, "You are stronger." Because I at first was gonna just focus on like people who are experienced or have been touched or have cancer, but I kind of wanted to veer into like a bigger picture, like mental health. Even if you have a bad day, I always remind myself if I'm going through something or if like there's a minor inconvenience, I'm like, no, you're stronger than whatever's going on. You can get through it. So that's kind of the message behind like just telling yourself or telling someone else, like, you are stronger. If you have a bad day, you're like, no, you're stronger than that, or you're stronger than whatever it is. And I also think it's just very to the point. Like it's sweet and short and sweet, I guess you would say. And then elephants, I wanted to do like a cute animal of some sort on the back of the hoodie. So I kind of did some research and I was like, what is the longest living animal? And there's things in the ocean, but I did kind of like a mammal, and it's an elephant. And elephants in lots of cultures and stuff represent good fortune, longevity, and they're one of the longest living mammals on Earth. So that's kind of where it stems from. And they're also really beautiful and unique. And I feel like a lot of people can connect to like an elephant if you really look into like the history of elephants and like the way it resonates with like different cultures and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that whole thing came from.
No, elephants are so cool.
Yeah.
So many brands sell products, but yours carries a message. Why was it important that Riley Socks be rooted in hope and encouragement?
Well, I thought, it's important to me that it was rooted in hope and encouragement because it's based on such a special story. To me, it's not just my story, it's also my mom's story, because as I said, it was her version of therapy to kind of, because honestly, I was a kid, I don't remember a lot of it. I like have very brief.
Yeah, you were so young.
I was so young. Like I don't remember a lot of it. I remember like specific like teeny like things, like I would get stickers, or I remember like the room I would go in to get like needles, and apparently I loved it.
Yeah.
I hate needles now. But yeah, so my mom was kind of the one who went through it all, like my family, my brother and my dad as well. But I didn't want to just make a clothing brand just to make a clothing brand. Like I wanted to make a clothing brand to help other people because I went through something and I got out of it. I wanted to make something that can be comfortable, or something to just remind other people that, hey, you can get through this no matter the ups and the downs. And unfortunately, there is lots of downs when it comes to sickness and like mental health or whatever it may be, and just trying to be that brand, that person, that empire that helps inspire other people to like to see the bright side of things, to kind of just like a hug, I don't know, like
no, I love that,
like a little angel on your shoulder.
Yeah. What's the most meaningful feedback that you've gotten from customers?
Oh, honestly, I've gotten lots and lots of people tell me their personal stories that always affect me. There's one that I'm thinking of. I'm trying not to get emotional. When I was in New Zealand, there was a lady that came up to me and she was like, "Are you Riley?" And I was like, "Yeah." Because it's always so cool when people are like, "Are you Riley?" Like Riley Socks. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like a character in a book." It's so cool. And she came up to me and she worked in a classroom that I used to work in because I went there for school. And she was like, "Oh, your book is in there, and I like saw about you. I heard about you that you make clothing and whatever." And she works with kids with special needs. And there was a kid in my class that I really connected with because I work really well with those type of kids. Well, with kids in general, but I really connected with this certain one.
Yeah.
And she was saying how she was doing a test with him, and he's nonverbal. Like it's very hard for him to get words out. So like if he's saying words, it takes him a very long time to think about them, and they don't come often. And apparently he looked at her and was just like, "I miss Riley." And I was like, oh my goodness, because knowing how hard it would be for him to even process and think about those words to say. But that's just one of, I wouldn't say that was feedback, but just kind of someone like connecting.
No, with stories, feedback.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Beautiful to
hear. And I've had like the last market we did, someone from my high school, actually, her cousin came in and was like, "Oh, I really want to get a hoodie for my cousin who's going through cancer and stuff." And I ended up knowing who that was.
Oh my.
So it's just hearing those stories on how my stuff can help other people in like a positive way. Like I wish I could cure cancer and all those things.
Don't we all?
But yeah, seriously. But it's like a comfort thing. Like, I don't know. It's just like knowing that I can supply something to help them in some type of way. It's just every single person I talk to has something like related to my story in some way, like, which is unfortunate, but
literally,
it's just
emotional.
nice. Yeah, I know. We just start sobbing.
Literally, I was about to. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
So your apparel has supported Hope Air, Ronald McDonald House, and has previously donated 5% of sales to support different causes. Why was giving back built into the foundation of the business?
Yeah, so when I started, I just kind of was like, I just want to make like hoodies and I want to make inspirational loungewear, period. So my first collection, I kind of did that. And then I was like, you know what? Like, it's nice that I'm able to sell hoodies and stuff, but I like need a purpose behind everything. So that's when I was kind of like, with everything I do or every collection, I want to give back in some type of way. So then I searched up, like local organizations that do something like that give back and help people that are sick or going through whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where Hope Air was my first organization that I helped with. I did a portion of every like hoodie or whatever I think it was hoodies at the time. Yeah, it was hoodies. A percentage of all profit that I made went right to Hope Air. And then we did a fundraiser where we raised $4,000 and were able to assemble a team of, I think there was 10 of us, and we went to Billy Bishop and pulled an airplane, which was really cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so, and it was really hard. I don't know why I thought it would be easy. But yeah, so, yeah, I was just like, I don't want to just sell clothing and just sell clothing to sell clothing. Like, it has a beautiful message, sure, but if it's not helping people other than the fact that they're comfy, like, I don't want to do that. So I make sure now that everything I do and everything I sell has a purpose and is going to somewhere to help someone or some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how does philanthropy shape your long-term vision? Like, do you see yourself giving back?
Yeah.
Forever or?
Yeah. Forever. No.
Forever.
Honestly, like, I want Riley Socks to be more than just a clothing brand. I want it to be, I keep telling myself I want it to be like an empire. Like, I want it to be something that people know of as something, like a business that helps people. Like, not just loungewear, cool. Yeah. This is like the skeleton of the thing. But I want it to be a business that gives back in some type of way. Like, I've had, like visions or like ideas in my head where I'm like, I want to open like shelters for people that can't afford homes, or I want to open like a space or have like groups where people can come together and we can talk about our shared experiences, or like a group where like parents, like my mom, can go and meet up with other parents that have gone through or are going through the same type of thing and just be able to talk, like a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to create like a space where other small businesses and local businesses can like all celebrate like their things, like kind of like how you have the entrepreneur like event. Yeah, like I want to like would be cool if I could have like a space where we can all have like our things, you know, and like celebrate them. Yeah, I think this is just the beginning. I want to have like a TED Talk, you know? Like I want to.
This is the start.
Yeah, like I don't know.
It's hard when you have a million ideas. You're like, where do I even begin, or what do I focus my attention on? You got to do like one thing at a time.
Yeah, so this is the one thing at a time.
Yeah, well, you're doing great.
Thank you.
So you like give back a lot to your community. What responsibility do you think businesses have to their communities?
Yeah, I think that
like, do you think it's super important?
Yeah, I think that businesses, especially like local, I mean, I guess every business is local in a sense, but I think it's important for them to at least have, they don't necessarily need to give back, but as long as they're helping the community in some way, shape, or form, or as long as you're good people and you're running a good, positive business, like, that's all you can really ask for. Like, you don't want, I mean, I personally don't want to support a business that wouldn't be run by, like,
good humans.
Yeah, and, like, have good intentions behind it.
Yeah.
I think it's just having, like, good intentions, being a good person.
Yeah.
That's
and I think being
really
a small entrepreneur is so...
Yeah.
like aligned with community. Like you need that community.
You need
to grow your business.
Exactly. Like forming connections, networking. It's all, yeah, you have to be part of the community to expand to more communities.
Do you think the early experiences you had shaped your confidence now that you're an adult?
Yeah, I would say so. Like as a kid, I wouldn't say I hated my leg, but I didn't like being different because it was like I was the only kid in school, like in my classes that I can remember that had like a very, very obvious difference. Like obviously there's other kids that had like other things going on, but for myself it was like, it's like you can look at me and you look at my leg and you can see it, you know, it's not something internal. So that definitely affected my confidence as a kid, just like navigating it, because I'd always, even now, like, sometimes you can see, I don't know if it's, like, a thing, I guess, if there's other people out there that have a physical difference, they probably know it. Like, when people are staring at you, you can always just tell.
You can feel
It's like a
it.
superpower. I'm like, I know y'all are staring at me. And if you are the person that stares, that's okay. But, like, for me, I'm like, I'm okay if you stare and you, like, look for a second and you move on with your day, or you can come up and ask me, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just, like, staring and I'm like, okay, now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
No, but I think that definitely growing up with a physical difference, it shaped me into a type of person that, like, I
You
think
have a thick skin.
Oh, I got real thick skin. But I think it also just, like, shapes the way that I see other people. Like, I would call myself an empath. Like, I feel for other people very deeply, and seeing, like, experiencing having a physical difference makes me connect to other people that also have physical differences. I mean, mine's not as dramatic, and I know other people can have more drastic physical differences, but just, like, knowing that I can connect with them and, like, I know how you feel.
Yeah.
But I think it's also made my confidence now, being older. Like, as a kid, it was, like, the worst thing ever that I had something like this. But now I'm like, this is, like, the
You're
coolest
different,
thing ever.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's fun being different.
Yeah, you're unique.
Yeah, but and then now I use it as, like, my superpower, so.
Do
Yeah.
you feel pressure carrying such a powerful narrative?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes with all entrepreneurs and business people, but I also feel pressure because I was so young. I don't remember a lot about being in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to, like, yes, I've had chemo, yes, I've had, like, major surgeries, but I don't remember it.
Yeah.
All I can really know is, like, what other people have told me, and, like, obviously I have, like, little slivers of things. Like, I'd go throughout the years to get, like, MRI, so, like, I remember, like, getting IVs and sitting in the MRI room and stuff. But yeah, sometimes I feel pressure in the sense where I'm like, I don't, like, I've been through it, but I don't really know, like, exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, I have to give myself grace, and I'm like, you did go through it, you were just really young, like, you didn't
Yeah.
know. So that's where, like, I've connected with another girl who had osteosarcoma, which is the same as Terry Fox, and we actually sat down and, like, had, like, a little podcast moment, and she did, like, chemotherapy. We honestly did, like, a lot of the same things in the hospital.
Yeah.
So she was able to tell me kind of what the process was, and, like, just hearing it, I was like, whoa, that's really intense. Like, I don't know, but I've done it.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just the pressure of the fact that I was so young and don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah.
But obviously I give myself grace, and
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
What type of things keep you grounded when running such a purpose-driven brand?
Never stopping. I was thinking about this question in the car. No, I mean, I rely on my faith a lot. So I, like, believe in God and Jesus and stuff. So I really fall back on that at the end of the day. I also just, like, try to remind myself to take a second to slow down.
Yeah.
So that's, like, doing, like, yoga and just, like, giving yourself an hour to just, like, numb your mind almost.
And you work out.
Yeah, and I work out. I don't know what I would do without the
That's
gym.
my therapy.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without it. But yeah, like, working out, just taking care of myself, like, as best that I can. I carry a 2-liter jug of water everywhere I go, and it looks crazy, but I'm like, this is good for me, and I need, like, my water, and I need to eat healthy, and I need to take care of myself, because if that starts going down, then
That comes first.
Oh yeah, like, it's like the house. If the skeletons of the house aren't gonna be sturdy, then I don't know if anything else can.
Do you have any advice for someone facing personal obstacles who want to build something meaningful from it?
Just start and don't stop. like, I mean, as, like, I've been at this for now 6 years, and only the past, like, couple years it's really taken off. So I also, like, watch lots of videos about other entrepreneurs and, like, millions and billionaires and how they've gotten to where how they got to where they are now.
I love that stuff too.
Yeah, so it's always, like, they always say the same thing, like, just don't give up, and, like, you just have to believe in yourself. And as long as what you want to do has a purpose that you believe in, then you can grow wings and you can soar, you know? Like, I would just keep reminding yourself, you got this. I tell myself that all the time, like, you're fine, you got this.
You got it.
It's just a bump in the road, and you just got to get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you hope people feel when they wear Riley Socks Apparel? You kind of answered it when you said hug.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I hope that they feel inspired to, like, my whole brand is around made to inspire. So I just hope they feel inspired to keep going. I mean, I think of, like, Riley Socks, the book character, as, like, another little girl. Like, sometimes I'm like, that's not me, but it is. Just, like, think of that little girl, and, like, she went through all that, and now I guess she is me and building, like, a business. But just to remind yourself, like, you're stronger than whatever it is you're going through, and, like, a hug and just, like, comfort. Like, I just hope that they feel good. Yeah.
Lastly, any big plans coming up for Riley Socks Apparel?
Ooh, there's a couple things we've got going on this month and next month. So one is we're doing a run. It's called the Run Like Riley Socks team is what I've called the team. I ran my first 10K in 2025, which honestly was something I never thought I could do just with the extent of my leg. It's like a lot of work to run that far for that long, especially on my leg. So when I came back, that was when I was over in New Zealand, but when I came back, I was like, what can I do to keep going and keep running? And that's when I found South Lake was doing like a 5K on April 26th, last Sunday of April. And so I'm like, okay, let's do that. Let's make a team. Let's try to raise money and give back, because I was born at South Lake. So it's like a special place in my heart.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, wouldn't be here without it. So literally. But yeah, so that's what we got going on. We have a Run Like Riley Socks team that's happening on April 26th, and that's a 5K. You can walk or run it. And then going along with that, to raise money, I'm doing a portion of all profit made off of anything on my website is going right to that, to the Run Like Riley Socks money pool, I guess, like for now, until it gets going to South Lake Health on April 26th. And then we're also doing a silent auction. So I've been going around asking small businesses or people if they want to donate, like, services, products, whatever it may be. And then that gets put up on an auction site. So anything that goes through that I post on that site, 100% of the money made from that's going right to our South Lake fundraising thing. Amazing. Yeah. I'm also speaking at the Young Entrepreneurs and Professionals Under 40 event on April 2nd, where I'll be going through everything that I've done from start to not finished, because I'm not finished yet. You can't stop me yet. Where I'll be going through my journey of becoming an entrepreneur and everything that I've done from the beginning. So that's on April 2nd.
Yeah, at Slabtown Armory.
Yeah, shout out.
And then we're going to release this podcast like the day before.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of promote it there.
Perf.
So we're going to do our last little segment. So rapid fire questions, just quick answers. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Comfort or style?
Comfort.
As we wear our hoodies.
Yeah. Comfort always.
Yeah. Strength means blank.
Strength means never giving up.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Big milestones or quiet impact?
Okay, this one I'm kind of in the middle about. I feel like if I can say both, I'd like to say both, just because quiet impact can still mean big milestone.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Community is blank.
It's togetherness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, lastly, one word to describe this season of your life.
Hectic. No, yeah. Busy and rewarding.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, Riley, thank you for sharing your journey and for reminding us that strength often grows from our hardest moments. For everyone listening, if this conversation moved you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that they are stronger than their circumstances. This is the Next Gen Collective, spotlighting the leaders turning purpose into impact. Follow us on Instagram at ACOCYEP, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.